Welcome, everyone. Hello there. Hello, everyone. Today we're spilling the tea on your 2026 Soulmate resolutions. And if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Vicki Martin. We aren't just doing future telling type of readings tonight. We're doing future building. We're looking at what the universe is actually saying about your connection versus, those trauma loops that you might be having that's keeping you stuck. Now, Facebook, I have you connected with us. It seems like quite frequently there's quite a few of you who are not able to join my channel. And so as I'm recording here, Haley, as I'm recording here on my YouTube channel, hey Dawn, I have my Facebook group recording me so that this way you may have a chance as well to be involved. Now, so everybody, before we get the chats going, and I want you to have the tools to integrate what we will be finding tonight. All right. The free gift. Well, if you go and want to grab your Sovereign Soul Integration and Body Scan in the description that's right below, you'll see it clicked. And for you Facebook people, I'll make a post right after the live and I will put it right in the below. And there will be a click. You can go to my website and there is a free download. You don't have to pay for anything to do it. It's just, it takes you to the cart and you can check it out. You don't have to pay anything. And for all of you who really want to do a deep dive, deep into what is taking place with your heart wall, your blocking, your connection. I have Beyond Infatuation, Why You Can't Let Go. It's 50% off only until New Year's Day. It is 50% off. I might extend it till the end of the week. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it right until Sunday, but it's this week. This is the last week. It's the last week. I told Jaleed to tell me that if you can't download it, you're supposed to let me know. I have a website. I can let you read it from there. And so it's 50% off for that book. And so, and yeah, if you seem to go and purchase it and you can't download it on your phone and you don't want to go and get a paper book version, that's okay. You can read it from my website, and it's just this way you can just be like a Kindle, and it is hidden. You will have to basically have access to the key in order to be able to access the website. So that's possible for those who don't have the space. And remember as well, for those on my YouTube channel and for those on my Facebook group who may not be familiar with this, I do have my live video. It's now up there, Unity Consciousness Meditation. It is called Be Seen, and it is our heart wall clearing and Unity Consciousness meditation. It's very powerful. And for those who are still trying to attract your soulmate or your twin flame, there is a 9-hour video, all meditations that are designed for you to be in alignment, to call in your true divine counterpart and to let go of the rest. And so for those who haven't heard it, please go to my channel, and it's actually right there. And if you in Facebook world, I will certainly pop it on there. This should be live in my group, and I won't be able to see anybody's comments below. It says comments will appear here, but I'm not sure. I need somebody to test it out. So welcome everybody. Welcome my YouTube channel. Welcome my Facebook group. You have different angles, so I hope this all works. All right. Now, before we jump into what I know that we have to focus on a clearing before we get started. And so I want to, before we spill the tea, I want to clear the cup. All right. So before we go and spill the tea, let's clear the cup. And so this way you can receive the truth. So I'm going to ask everybody to place one hand on your heart, one hand on your solar plexus. Close your eyes. Breathe into the space behind your heart, and we are clearing out the salty tea of the past rejections and making room for the nectar of reciprocal love. So you can certainly type, I am ready in the chat if you are claiming your sovereignty tonight. So for all of you, you can type, I am ready, and allow that energy to come through, and the energy would start shifting already. And we're about to start with the readings. Of course, I am ready. I love that. And so for everybody, we're going to start. I'm going to do a quick little reading on each of the signs first, and then I might get a chance to tap into a few of you. Hey, Abbas, I'll tap into a few of you to see what's going on with your energy. Now, yesterday, for all of you who may not know, for those who had joined me yesterday, I did a 4-hour marathon. It was so long, like reading, like everybody was coming at me. It was pretty intense. I had like 700 people on my live, and so it was pretty intense. We even had to take a quick little break. Thank you, Lee, for being a moderator who was really taking care of some of the um, so, my rules are a little different than everybody else's. I kind of like let everybody play in the sandbox. And so, they don't 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 need to be my gatekeeper. You don't certainly have to be my gatekeeper. You know what? If I say scratch them, you- you're my bodyguard. You can certainly go and put them out. But I totally will let you enjoy the game. No, so you can enjoy the game next time a little bit more if you want to. Oh, I get my little flowers in the view here. Um, so I will allow my little my Christmas flowers to be part of this, and my little candle I got for Christmas. Yes, they were a gift, one of my Christmas gifts. So don't look at my little mess. I've been busy all weekend, and that's okay. Now that I've cleared, we're gonna start. So we get the readings for each of the signs. And as we do the reading of signs, I also want to do a little universal clearing. And it's not really much more than a little high frequency command that we're asking for, just to clear the field, just to make sure that everyone in the chat, before we get started, we just want to make sure everybody gets cleared. So I'm going to do the signs. We're going to start off with the signs. I'm going to start off with the fire signs, then the earth signs, the air signs, and the water signs. Just a little quick view of I wasn't sure how I was going to go about this, actually, to tell you the truth. Just getting my keyboard out of the way because we don't need that there. And all right, so I've got why? I have no idea why I grabbed so many decks. I normally don't use this many decks. but I felt it was important for us. Um, oh my goodness, Lee. Well, Dawn is here too, and Dawn will cut somebody off if we need it, but don't you worry. All right. You take care of that little baby. I'm just shuffling up all my little cards. I think these are mainly out for the private readings, to tell you the truth. I haven't had Facebook on a live for so long. I found the engagement with my Facebook group has been really dwindled down for quite some time, and I'm going to just try to engage a little bit and give a little bit of support. I went to do this last weekend, but we had power outages because of the storm, so it wasn't able to do that. And I didn't do it yesterday because I was recording on my phone, and I need Facebook won't let me record on phone and YouTube at the same time. All right. So let's start with fire signs. I'm going to start with Aries. All right. So, oh my gosh, I have no space here. See if I can have some space here. My keyboard, and here, I'll move this away too. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, Aries. Aries. Oh, Aries. All right. Aries, you're having some problems letting go of a relationship here that is not seeming to be going where you want it to go. I'm seeing here that you're having some trouble moving through the next stage. The relationship is not really connected, or there's some problems that's going on here in your relationship. I see in the past where there was an opportunity here. It looked like things were going really well, but um, you had some stuff that was going on that you needed to have confidence, and you didn't feel the confidence that things would work out for you. And so, because of it, I'm seeing here that you were quick. You could, jump and do whatever they needed you to do, but it was important for you to pay attention to where you were spending your money, because Aries, it looks like you were always taking care of whatever they needed you to. It looks like it's time for you to open up yourself to other opportunities. And it looks like it's time for you to move on. And it's hard for you. It's really hard. But Aries, this is a transition that you are going through. And that is what is coming through. So, Aries, what's the tea? Let's see what's going on for you. Well, okay. So I do see it's time for you to be seen and show your talent to the world. Your business is gaining more attention at this moment. So maybe there is an opportunity for you to be more visually popular, or for you to really see things start picking up where you never thought the opportunity was there before. Maybe there was a possibility um, that this person is taking up all your attention, and it's time, certainly, Lee, it's time for you to really stand up and be a light in this world. Um, I do see that someone, because of your popularity and being standing up in this world, there is a possibility this person was bringing some negativity towards you, whether it is maybe may not make you look so popular, or, because there was some kind of secret there was a secret between you two, like maybe this is a secret romance or, an affair, and maybe the shame or some kind of secret here that was keeping you um, in a situation where you didn't want to become public. So there's something here about um, you becoming public with what's going on here. And all right. So yeah, you're insecure about what could come out. And as you are reaching higher and higher in the spotlight, there was a possibility this person could set you back, or you may be needing to deal with the brunt of something that may come out. And maybe this person has been not so karmically aligned in some way. All right, so now Leo. All right, Leo. Your concern is more about your finding the beauty in you, being in your divine feminine energy. You're starting to question if you're beautiful enough, if you're sensual enough. You're a little insecure, but it's not about bravery this time. It's like you're maybe comparing yourself a little here. I am seeing here that there is something about appearance. Um, and you're not being such a free spirit about it. So you're being a little uptight about how you feel. In the past, you were going into doing a lot of healing, and it caused a lot of upheaval that got straightened out. But there is a disconnection in the part of you that started to take care of yourself. There's a part of you that start not looking at yourself in a beautiful way. You started disconnecting from your aesthetics, but what I see here is it has a lot to do with you don't see yourself as beautiful. You don't see yourself as physically attractive as you may see. And it's not because of a block. It's more of, you just feel like you just didn't have the cards dealt towards you the same way. And so it's making you feel this is destined for you. And so you're just like, I don't care. And that's exactly the energy I'm getting. I just don't care. And so this is the energy that I see that is coming up for you. You kind of don't care. But money-wise, I do see it's a time for you to celebrate for all the hard work that you have been doing. It looks like, you've been having some unexpected money to come your way, but you are procrastinating to put your actual plan in action. So you're getting paid, but it just seems like it's coming slowly because, you've been a little burned out. You feel that you need a little time away, and that, maybe you feel that you need to have more wisdom, or you may feel like you need a little bit more visual presence, but there seems to be something that is in your way and you keep on procrastinating a little bit yourself. But that is what is right now in your way, Taurus. You need to see that self-care goes a long way, and it's not about physical appearance, but how beautiful you see yourself. All right. So, did I say Taurus? Why did I say Taurus? It's coming up for Leo, and Leo is so much in their looks. I don't know why I said Taurus. Is there a Taurus Leo in your life that's not making you feel good? I don't know why that came up, Leo. You don't feel you look good, but yet Leo is very much all about looks. Sagittarius. That was so weird. Why did I keep on saying Taurus? Wow. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, I'm seeing here that you're trying to manifest your masculine. You're trying to manifest your person. You are trying to figure out how to be balanced with your person. I see her in the recent past. You have walked away from anybody that no longer serves you. You're done with the delusions. You're walking away from anybody who no longer serves you. And that's because you're no longer going to deal with the conflict of trying to be somebody that you're not. You're done with winning at cost. You're done with being disconnected because somebody is not ready. You're like, I'm done. I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting. And I'm done taking action and trying to make something work. And so what's been blocking you truly is this partnership that's never happened. So you're kind of like, you know what? I'm going to focus on my abundance. I'm going to focus on my gratitude. I'm going to focus on all my rewards that I have. I'm going to focus on the abundance that I'm receiving in this life. And even if I don't have any new opportunities showing up for me, that's okay because I know that I am deserving. I know that abundance is coming to me. So you're really working on your manifestation and you're trying to not manifest from the contrast because your person hasn't shown up and it's been a little bit of a struggle. And you're saying, I don't know where they are, but I know that they should just show up with me because I know that in the past, there was teamwork here. And when, somebody has the same goals as me, it all works out. And when people don't have the same focus as me, they need to just go. They just need to go. I'm not going to procrastinate anymore. I'm not going to go and try to hold on. I'm not going to wait anymore. It's time for me to return. Either you're returning to school, you're taking a course, or you're now allowing yourself to learn new things so you could start moving on in a better direction. Because I don't know if I see here that you are, maybe taking a course because love sucks. You're just like, you stopped believing in love and, you're letting yourself heal. But now it's time for you to start moving into a direction where you're manifesting this partnership for you. And so, Sagittarius, you are trying to manifest your masculine. You're like, it's so quiet and you're like, oh, I just want things to move ahead now for you. All right. That was the fire signs. And I'm sorry that I called Leo Taurus. I don't know what that was all about. All right. The next signs I'm going to do is earth signs for all of you. Earth signs. Let's start with Taurus. I'll probably call it Leo. Alrighty. Alrighty. Taurus here. I see here that you are focusing hard on your money. You're paying attention to how you're manifesting your money in. You're not paying attention to your person. It has nothing to do with anything right now. In fact, look, Taurus, I see you. You're just trying to get your money together because in the past, it was all about the laws of attraction. And, you're like, no more of that. It's worked, it did its thing. And now I am ready to actually start being proactive and create the opportunities for me. And so, it's bringing in a happy surprise for you actually. You may get some news or you may get some word coming to you that you never expected. And it is coming because you've been finding meaning to your purpose. You've been finding the reasons why you are doing everything. And it was because you knew that the journey that you've been on was the purpose of everything. The journey was about you seeking truth. And now that truth is what is releasing you from everything. You have to get out of your head. You have to understand that sometimes things are really about to hurt and it's not always about what you think it is. And so, in some ways, you've been always in charge, and now you're really letting yourself go and letting the universe do all the work for you. And that is really going to take a big shift in your energy. I see there that you're charming and you're allowing yourself to mesmerize people with all of your beautiful energy, Taurus, your charm and your elegance. And you're going to captivate people with that beautiful charm because that's how the magician can really attract energy. So you're really learning how to give into your manifestations. Now, if you're not careful, taking the eye off the prize can cause some little loss. And that's what happens when you're paying too much attention to how you're manifesting. You start getting into your head, and that's where you're going to be a loss. So I see here that you're being told to get out of your head because if you focus too hard on what is taking place, it might set you back a little bit. You need to be prepared to have a plan if you see this happening. All right. So, Taurus. Yeah. I see that you're still keeping yourself very separate from people that seems to be wasting your time. So I do think you have to socialize a little bit more. It's like you've been avoiding the human touch, or you've been like just taking things to a point where time has stand still for so long. So the best thing you can do is take little baby steps towards it. Like, if you're not been dating for a long time, you don't have to jump into dating. You just have to jump into having conversations with the opposite sex, right? You just have to figure out ways to step slowly back into the social scene again, because it seems like you may have been kind of out of it for a while. And so I see it's time for you to step back into, what is it besides just money? All right, Virgo. I'm a Virgo for all of you who don't know. I'm a Virgo, Scorpio rising, Leo moon, and Libra Venus, and Aries North Node. Whoa. I don't know if I want to hear this. All right, Virgo. So I see here for you there is a little conflict, a little rivalry, some competition that's taken place. And that competition that's taken place, they're planning against you. I don't know what's taken place, but they're finding, oh no. Virgo is all of a sudden starting to shine somehow or another. There's a lot of attention going on Virgo, and someone is making a decision. They're planning against you, maybe a little gossip. Something's going on here. Now, in the past, it seemed like you really didn't know what you want. You felt like things were hopeless. So you just kind of kept things quiet and you just kept yourself kind of shielded and quiet. And that was because you wanted everybody to get along. So you were always keeping the peace and trying to reassure everybody that they were good. But it's about you seeing that you're important. You have things to share, and it's time for you to see that those things that you share is not regurgitated nonsense, that you do have something important to share that will help all of humanity. But you got to protect yourself. You got to watch yourself because not everything out there is good for you. In fact, I see some possibility of some addiction or dependencies or attention that is kind of toxic out there. So be careful of how you can get distracted, or there's somebody may not have all good things for you. Hey, Torino. So yes, don't settle. Don't always try to keep yourself small. Don't settle. You know you're amazing. You know you got it going on. And just because that someone doesn't like you taking all the spotlight doesn't mean that you have to sit down. You just have to be aware that not everybody has your best interest. You know, um, maybe they are careless, and maybe they're getting evidence, or maybe they're seeking something against you. But Virgo, the thing is that you are always making choices, and those choices are important about how you are creating conflict, or are you making opportunities and they're seeing them as conflict, or are they not joining you? Like if your intention is to be in competition, well, that's where the masculine energy is coming through. Or if you are creating opportunities for others to shine with you, Virgo, you do your thing because you're just doing what you're supposed to do and raise the consciousness in the collective. All right, so Virgo, Capricorn is next. All right, so we're going to do Capricorn next, and that would be fire and earth signs. I need to grab my water. I think my water is behind me. Oh my goodness, my kitchen's not even all clean. I'm a bit of a mess. Anyway. All right, Capricorn. What does Capricorn have? Can you guys hear me okay on Facebook land? I have a microphone in front of me for you too. And I didn't have my other microphone on me. So can you hear me okay for those watching me on my live? I just did Sagittarius. I just did Sagittarius, and I'm just finishing the earth signs. All right. Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn, look at you. You're finding meaning to your purpose. It looks like you're expanding here. I see in the past you had some heartbreak, you felt some separation, you felt like, there was a little discomfort here. And that's because you did not understand why there was separation with you and other people. And I see that you start taking the confidence inside, you started doing the inner work, you started really seeing how important you are. And so you really kind of looked inside and now you're noticing all these gifts and you're really making choices to be balanced, to be helpful, to be love. And you're in a really good state here, Capricorn. It looks like you're giving energy instead of going against the grain. It's no longer that conflict that you don't have the conflict that Virgo has. Because I see some with Virgo. And because of this abundance that's flowing through, even your income is going to start growing too. Your investments are growing. And if you haven't started investing, this may be the right time to do it. I see somehow you're going to not lose money in this situation. Before it was like same shit every day, always the same thing. You're in a new energy now. It's kind of like your heart is open. And if you're a Capricorn and haven't really got there yet, there is a heart opening activation that's in my link below. I'm just going to tell you now. It's called Be Seen. It's Unity Consciousness Activation Meditation. It's really good. Listen to it and you'll feel a difference. So Capricorn, if you're not communicating your needs clearly, it's time for you to start doing that now, and do it in a sense of way that you're not going to start conflict, because obviously this is not in time for you to have damage control. You're flowing nicely. It's about love flowing nicely for you. The pain is in the past and you're expanding and growing. And so this is a good time for you. All right. So fire signs, earth signs done. Let's do air signs. We're going to start with Libra. I'm so dry. So dry. I may have to go and take a drink of water before I do personal readings. All right, Libra, already starting with some trouble in paradise. I see what's going on here already. Ooh, Libra, lots of problems about a commitment. There is seeming to be somebody who felt like home or family, or some problems with your family or home. There is a problem here. I'm seeing here your focus is not on your relationship, or there seems to be a marriage here that your focus is not on, but I do definitely see a little trouble in paradise. I have the Lovers upside down, the Two of Pentacles upside down. I got the Three of Swords, healing. I got the Four of Wands. I got all the cards here. So I see here, Libra, a little trouble in paradise. And that's because in the past, you had it easy. Either they didn't give to you or you didn't give to it, but it just seemed like there was no giving properly. It was a one-sided relationship. And that's because you or them were not balanced inside. So there was some projecting here that's going on. And so, you've been really good. You start healing that pain, you start taking care of your needs, and you were like, okay, I'm ready to move on here. And so what happened is you didn't make that decision to move on. You just got stuck there. You just like, I can't move forward. I can't move back. I'm just like stuck here. I don't know what to do. Well, don't focus on that person you love. Okay, don't focus on anybody to love. Just focus on the healing because you're still going through a process of healing here. And so I see it for you here, Libra. Like, it was really painful for you to let this person go. And I see you really stuck. And actually, I'm pretty sure I see you creating fake accounts trying to get their attention in some way. It's like, you're talking stuff and you're like, I don't know if you're spying on them or they're spying on you. There might be some Facebook accounts that are not real. And and it's kinda, like, painful. You're like, you're not talking to them, so you're just trying to find ways to communicate with them in some way. And so if I'm understanding correctly, you're either obsessed with them or they're obsessed with you. But you think you're fated to be alone and that you are never going to be able to find anybody again. But that's not true. That's not true. It's just what you're going through. You're just like I said, talking talking with them. You're just having a hard time moving on. And you remember when in the past they weren't given to it or you weren't. So it was one-sided. Why want them now? Because they moved on, right? Or if they weren't into you then, why do you think they're going to be into you now, right? Like it's time to let it go. It wasn't working out. All right. Gemini, what's going on with you? Gemini. We're on air signs, Gemini. All right, Gemini. Listen. Gemini, I know you don't know what to do. I know you're a little you feel a little like, you know, I don't I don't wanna be lying anymore. I can't seem to be understanding what's true and what's not true. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I see you're undecided and you don't know, if you've been lying to yourself or you've been lying to someone else, but it's kinda like time to get clean. This person has been somebody that you've loved in the past, and in the past, this was your person, this was your soulmate, and this person meant everything to you. And, it wasn't that there was any conflict with them, but there was something in the past that needed to heal between you two that was done. And I don't know if it was a conflict that's happened that created some trauma, but it was time for you to focus on what was working out for you. You focused on your money, you focused on your things that was going well in your life. And the thing is, you're not getting validation. You're not getting somebody to say, "You're doing good, honey." You're not getting that recognition for all the time and effort you have put on trying to manifest this person in your life. And it's time for you to focus on how good you've been manifesting because things are ready now to grow. It's like it's time for you to make that choice and start to move in the direction of what do you want, because you've been lying to yourself for a long time here. I'm seeing you've been lying to yourself, not to the other person. You're not even sure what you have been really saying to yourself, and it's been creating some kind of toxic karma in some way. It's kind of like in some way, you've been crying over this person and you're upset and you're like distraught and they don't even have a clue, right? Like they don't even have a clue because you've been like, oh, I'm good, I'm good. And you've been cold and they don't know what's going on, but you're obsessed with them. Like you're really truly obsessed. Or, you feel like, oh, if I don't choose them, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. So you're kind of like having that feeling that, oh, this is not gonna, they can't be there, then nobody else can, type of thing. It's like yes or no. But Gemini, You're not fated to be alone for the rest of your life. All right, Aquarius. All right. I don't have a lot of people watching. That's okay. It's all right. I had like 700 yesterday. Sundays are not big time, but that's all right. I have just only 2 people here and 1 on my Facebook world. That's all right. All right. Aquarius. Aquarius. You're a little stuck. You're a little stuck because your masculine is not showing up for you. You're just like, it's slow. It's really happening. It's really slow. Here. Yeah. Yeah, stick around, Abbas. I know that we had talked recently, and maybe you'll be able to get a quick read this way. I see you're kinda you're questioning your person here is, it's real slow. And I see here in the past, you had a karmic block that you had to release, and it was only because your your happiness was about being validated. You were looking for some validation, and unfortunately, you had some disconnection that you had to work through, and, it just seems like there was not that flow, and you just feel like you're not getting anywhere, and it is kind of like you just you just want you just want to get that validation. You want somebody to apologize that you need to apologize about. It's just, I'm seeing here you're stuck. You're really stuck. Your energy feels very much like, I don't even know what all of this means. I just don't know what I'm doing. And you're a little disconnected here. And it just seems like you're not getting anywhere. It's going around in a circle that just seems to be always going in that circle, and it's not really going anywhere. So, so curious. You've been determined, absolutely determined. You've been determined to make something work out here, but you've been rejected, you've been stood up, you've been like somehow things have shown up where you felt girded. Either your heart felt girded, you maybe found there was a boundary. It was just block. It's just constantly always a block or being guarded, or there was some form of a wound that kept on showing up. I'm getting here that any opportunity was like stopped. Boom, boom, boom. And you were so determined to make it work. But it's just the universe kept on stopping you because in the past you were healing a karmic block. And this has a lot to do with you serving yourself some lesson that you had to deal with. And so right now it's just saying you need to heal. You need to heal that lesson by releasing it, not doing the loop. Great. I'm glad to hear that you're married. Um, like I said, it's time for you to reconnect the heart. You should really do that video of unity consciousness. You really should. You should. Um, I know you do. I know a lot. Um, but like I said, you should do that video, unity consciousness. It would, you would understand after you did it. Yeah. Yeah, I got that. I got that. Like everything is blocked. Block, don't block, 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 block. I get it. I seen that in your reading. We're gonna do water signs. Let's start with Cancer. Now remember, I want to see I am ready coming through. We're shifting the energy. And after I'm done these, we'll do another clearing. All right. Cancer. All right, Cancer, you're trying to be open about something that you're a little uptight about. You're trying to be open. You're trying to figure out, what's going on inside here. Like, you know what? You're trying to figure out what your emotions are like. There was stuff that you closed off and suppressed for a long time. And I see you trying to not be in denial about it. We'll see how I feel after I do all these readings. All right. But sure, I get it. I totally get Bess. I know you want to do a private reading. Um, um, so we'll see how I feel after doing these. I don't think we're going to do a lot of readings here today. It's not the same as yesterday, so I'll probably get a chance right after online. So I'm seeing here, Cancer, that you're trying to figure out what's going on inside here. You're trying to not, deny it anymore. You're trying to like, because in the past, I don't know if it's a person, place, or thing, but you felt like you had the world. Everything was perfect there. And there was just some karmic energy that had to pass through. There was some imbalances that had to work through. There was just like the laws of the universe was needing to balance itself out. And so because of it, you avoided conflict. Like you were walking on eggshells. There was a lot of micromanaging that was happening. Um, there was a lot of micromanaging here. And that's because, either their work or your work got in the way. There seems like somebody's working way too much. And because there was a lot of work going on, somehow the work was either not enough or if something about work was in the way. Listen, this is your person and you're to focus on your person. And when you focus on your person, you're going to see that the burdens and the responsibilities that you thought was there are no longer there. You're going to release the financial burdens, or you're going to release the financial responsibilities, or you're going to release the responsibilities that you thought you would have if you stayed, because somehow you knew you would have everything that you wanted here, but you felt like there was going to be some responsibilities that you felt overwhelmed taken on at the time. So I do see some need for some adjustments. You do need to pay attention to how you're spending money. Um, I don't know if it's that you were spending too much money on them, but you will certainly have to see how you were spending money may have not been really wise, because it may be time for you to look at things in a business way. There is a possibility of you starting your own business. And so if that happens, there may be a shift in how you're going to manage your money. And so for you, Cancer, I know that love feels like it sucks sometimes, and it's hard and challenging for you. But, you stop believing in love, and that's how you started manifesting. But that's you trying to figure out that it's time to let go of the hot potato, and that when everything was fantastic and great, you weren't holding on to a hot potato. You were just allowing yourself to have a great time. You felt optimistic. You felt positive. You felt everything was a potential. And since you started holding on to that hot potato and trying to make things work out, no matter what, you're getting burnt and you're stressing yourself out. All right. Scorpio. We got Scorpio, and then we got Pisces. And then we're going to do a clearing and to you guys. All right, Scorpio. Look at you. You're in denial about something here. I'm a rising sign Scorpio. I'm not surprised. I did Leo and I was talking about Taurus for some reason. I didn't want to listen to it. It looks like here, oh my gosh, Scorpio. Looks like you're denying yourself or telling yourself lies. It's just like there's secrets that doesn't want to be exposed. There is some deception here. Definitely some deception here. I'm seeing here, Scorpio, that you are pushing something away you don't want to hear. And it's a possibility that I may go and tell you something that you don't want to hear. So I'm just going to give you a warning right now. Because I see in the past, you were pretty open about everything. You're like, yeah, tell me what I need to hear. But that was in the past. And now you are a little guarded. You're a little triggered easily. And so that has a lot to do with you needing to do a lot of work yourself. And the triggering is important because it's telling you what you need to do the work on. You see, you got a father wound. You got some things that have to be dealt with. And one of the things that you have to deal with is why your partner is not showing up for you. Because this is not the first time and this is not the second time. And you may not want to know that there's more work for you to do. And there's something for you to read that you may not want to hear because you are in your head that it has to go a certain way. And actually, if you want to get away from the trapped trauma, I have a book right below in the link for you that's 50% off, and it's going to have everything in there that you don't want to read. I know it because you have it in your head that somebody is supposed to be your person and you just don't want to let it go. And really, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. What it is this person might be mirroring a wound, and you need to see that this person is not the attachment, but the wound is. And as long as you have this wound and attachment both intertwined with each other, the person can't show up as authentic of who they are because it's intertwined with this wound. So that's why you don't want to hear what it is because you're defensive, because you're attached. And I know you think I'm bullying you. You think I'm attacking you. You think I'm going to say something and you're going to feel it's unfair. 333 is on my clock. You think it's something unfair, but really what it is I've been too passive. It's been time for me to stop giving you so much help if you don't want it. So, I mean, I could shut up and just move on, but oops, sorry, hit my microphone. But what is going on is it's time for the truth to come out. And we all work together as a collective. And so if you are manifesting an ideal partnership, an ideal relationship with your significant other, they got to be part of it too. If they're not part of it, if they are, don't even know you exist, that's not a relationship. And I'm sorry to tell you this. All right. Pisces. Pisces. Hey. Lise, how's the baby? Everything good? Dawn, are you still here? I see Torrio, but I only see 2 of you online. Pisces. Gosh, my mouth is so dry. Oh, Pisces. All right, Pisces. You feel a little it's like, I need to learn this. I need to learn this. I don't know. Like you don't you're not in exploration stage. You're like studying hard. I see you like studying, like taking in everything really hard. I see that in the past it was like you were trying to take it in, but you just wasn't retaining anything. And now it seems like you are, because this was kind of something about, this is something that is always ongoing with you. And so you're letting go and you're releasing. And she's like, she wrote a book about limerence, and I'm trying to figure all of this out. I need to know. So Pisces, it looks like you're going to be the ones that's going to be really clicking on that link below, because it's like something here has been deceiving me all this time behind closed doors. It's like I really wanted to know what was going on, because I was having a lot of trouble in my relationships, and I was suffering and grieving, and it was never really about the other person. And so I want to do the work. I want to do the work. And that's what's coming up for you, Pisces. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm so glad to hear that. All right. Because, I need to watch out. Maybe you're doing this to humor me, or are you thinking I'm trying to humor you? Because it looks like, some people are concerned that there may be some deception here, or some kind of like scarcity tactic here. Well, it's 50% off. I'm just giving you a good deal. But if you get it now, it's going to go back to regular price in a week. You don't have to worry about uh, Boxing Day sales. But I'm not going to say this book is going to change you so much that you won't be you, but it's great. Oh my God. It was such a lifesaver when I started putting all the pieces together myself a long time ago. And when I put it all together, it was like so much freedom, because I understood what was going on. And it's nice when we have the proper tools to really manifest properly again. All right. For those who really want to know if their person is a twin flame, a karmic, or a soul partner, that is a life partner, there is a book. I have a Twin Flame Synastry book, and it is a workbook for you to take your personal chart and be able to decipher against somebody else who it is. I also have 50% off Beyond Fatuation, a book about limerence and trauma and healing, and it's done in a nice, easy way, nice, simple way to understand what limerence is even. And so, all right, for those who are ready to stop the hurt wall from blocking your soulmate, there's that 50% off for why you can't let go beyond limerence. You have to use the code though to get your 50% off. And remember that Unity Consciousness video is still available on my channel. Listen to it for 21 days, anchor it so you don't seem to take a step back and backslide. So save it in your favorites list and play it every night for 21 days. It's not very long. It sounds really good. It's a really great video to work with. Now, like I said, I do need like, I don't know, 100 and some hours to finally be 4,000 hours. I probably hit it there. I don't know. I don't even know for sure, but I'm just asking everybody for help. I give to you, just give back a little bit to me. So that would be great if you can watch my videos and lives, and it helps me to add up so I could be able to do more and give more to you. Um, Now, I am willing to do a few of you personal questions. And so all I ask is that you ask, what was it? If I'm ready to spill the tea. Vicky, spill the tea. And let me tell you what comes through for you. I got to grab my water. That's you too, Abbas. If you want me to spill the tea, you got to say, spill the tea. I haven't done a live on Facebook for so long. Does anybody want me to spill the tea? Are you all scared that you're Scorpios? I said something that's kind of scary there. TH. What does that mean? Yes, please. TH. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Abbas, if you want me to do a reading on you, I don't want to know any details. Hello, Saran. I'm on live doing readings. If you don't want to have a live reading, that's fine right now. Right now, I'm not available to be doing a personal call while I'm on live. I am on live on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you can see it, but I have my computer and my live on my YouTube channel. Well, we just did the signs, all of the different signs, water signs, air signs, earth signs, and fire signs. We just did a somatic clearing. And so before we spill the tea, I see a whole bunch of people who are just joining me. So let's go and hold our hand on our heart, another hand on our solar plexus, and say, I am now ready to clear out any pain that anyone has ever caused me. I am now ready to make room for any love coming towards me. And just breathe that through. Just clear out all of that now. Feels really good. All right. All right. So we have Saron, we have Christy, we have Torio, we have Lee, we have Dawn, the boss. Oh my God, I needed that water. I am so dry. All right, boss. I see here that you're stuck. You're stuck. You don't know what work you're supposed to do, and you're trying to figure out. You kind of like took a break from your standards and kind of like took a step back, and you feel a little like you're stuck. And because of the fact that you're stuck, this is not, because things moved fast in the past. Like things moved really fast. It's like you made a decision and things moved forward. And, that's because there was a lot of balance between your masculine and feminine energies. And when that happened, but now it's like you don't feel happy. You don't feel satisfied. And in fact, you have a lot of now responsibilities that you're not feeling. It's stressing you out a little bit. And that stress is kind of like, or responsibilities that you have, that it's like a burden. And, I don't feel complete is what is coming through. So you feel that there is somebody else for you, and that person is and it's showing up right here. So I do see that you don't feel completion yet, and there is this elusive relationship that you feel that is there for you. Now you're still stuck in the past. All right. There has been changes that has happened in your life, and you are still stuck in how things have happened in the past. And you have this way of telling yourself the story, and it's kind of like keeping you stuck in the past, right? And it's time for you to see that certain things that were going on in the past may have changed as well. All right. You've changed. Your energy has changed. And those things may not be the same. Because I've seen that your money has taken a shift, and you've had to, let's just say, the people that you spend time with has changed. It's like you have to take care of people's needs that you feel obligated to, instead of doing it because you wanted to. It's like your manifestation is about uh, I'm not gonna say attachment, but I feel that you're in a sense of, it's like a past life energy of being enslavement, and that's what's coming through. It's kind of like, you don't have any say. You have no say in your life. Yeah. So that's basically, the thing is, like, it's not the way that you expected things to be. So you wanted me to tell you, how to so you wanted me to tell you how to be able to be free of these burdens so that you can be okay with the fact that your life is not in balance and harmony and things are not going so well. Um, but you thought I was going to tell you the secret of how to have it all, even though the person is missing in your life. But that's just going to take you back a few steps and it's not going to move you forward in life because realistically, that's not the purpose that you're supposed to be in, right? So, um, yeah, like you got to clear the love triangle. Yeah, there is a love triangle here. And either you have this connection, but it's kind of like you have this marriage, but there's always that elusive person that has to be in the mix because you want the person that you fantasize or know that is your person, but this person that's before you is not getting you fully. There is a part of you that so that's all I can do right now, right here, right now. All right. And I have here Christy and Saran. Lee, we're doing personal readings. These are just, spill the tea type of thing. Christy, are you still here? Did you have a question or you want me to just spill the tea? All right. So, yeah, 26 years of marriage and you feel empty. Well, I see that. I see. I'm going to tell you what the cards say because I dealt them out before you said that. I'm seeing here you no longer want to put your energy into somebody that used to be once your dream man. They're not your dream man anymore. They just seem like they kind of feel like they failed you in some way. In the past, you were happy, you felt connection, you felt like You feel like, you're you felt connected, you felt like things were fine, um, but you felt, over time, things would get better, but it didn't. In fact, you gave and gave and gave to this, and it never really turned out the way that you expected. In fact, it turned out to be a lot of obligation and a lot of stress over the years instead. I'm seeing here that it never really got anywhere. It didn't give you any meaning. It didn't make you feel like you're serving a purpose. And you really have to look deep down inside of where you're actually lying to yourself. This is something to do with how you believed in something that didn't even exist. And you'll see that this marriage was based on not love, but financial security. And so when you marry somebody for money, or somebody did, there was no love there. It was just about secure. Maybe you settled, maybe it was about money. But it's time for you to pay attention to what the subconscious is trying to tell you, that's going on here, because there was more about an abundance and feeling good and secure and financially taken care of is what's going on here. So, um, I mean, I'm just reading what the cards are telling me, but yeah, it just seems like 26 years of wasted time, and you could be a boss. If you cannot just let me be, I'm doing readings right now, and if you keep on sending me messages while I'm on live, um, this is not you're not gonna pressure me into doing a reading. I will book a session with you when I'm done. I'm on a live right now with the public, and I would appreciate, if you can not be pressuring me so much for a session, because we'll do that when I have some time. All right. So if you didn't appreciate the fact that I went and gave you a free reading, um, take my time and energy to do that, and now you want like all these questions answered, well, you're going to have to wait your turn when I have some free time to do that. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Um, so with you, back to you, Christy. Sorry about that. It seems like you don't feel that you want to put your energy into this anymore. It feels like things are a little demanding. And, before it was like because you wanted to be inspired, you wanted to feel that it was something that was beautiful. But now it seems like it's kind of like, it's just not inspiring you anymore. So money though, money and assets are really good. Like it seems like you've accrued a lot over the years. So focus on the because I see here, you've got money, you've got assets. It seems like, maybe you have to focus all your attention on money, like allow your assets to grow, allow the stability to grow in ways that would make it exciting again. Because, right now, if you're not feeling that sense of satisfaction in the connection that you have, maybe it's time to stand into how you can, direct those feelings to appreciate um what you do have. Lee, just to let you know, they've been married for 26 years. I'm sure that, um, It's not about they're not here asking about a broken marriage. She's just looking for trying to figure out how to put the spark back in her life, you know. Um, 26 years is not something that I'm just telling her to focus her energy into what they do have. Maybe sometimes we think something is not there until we lose it, and then we realize it's something else. But there's a lot of people who don't money for the passion. The passion is usually something that's only there for a short while, and for some, it's there for long term. And it depends on really what they're karmically aligned for. But Christy, are you still here? All right. So you have a block, and that block is what is called an entrapment. An entrapment is a karmic block that is made because you have to take your energy and shift it into a new form of energy. And it's really associated with money. I don't know why. I've shuffled the cards, I've dealt them out again, and it's like, look at ways that you can make this grow financially for you. I do see here that there has been something here that you're looking at as an entrapment or a burden or a responsibility, and you're going at life in a certain way in this relationship as like doing time, and you just feel like it's not growing towards something positive. And in the past you had desire, but the desire is no longer there, and that's only because maybe you're looking at regaining the youth. Maybe you're looking at regaining something that never showed up there the same way as you thought it would for somebody else. And in some ways you were lying to yourself. The abundance, the money has a lot to do with all of this. Maybe there's money missing. Maybe there is money that hasn't been showing up, or maybe there is a lack of something because of the way that things have been flowing. And this has not been new. This is something that's been going on a long time. And so it's making you feel a little insecure. So maybe somebody is a little not careful with money, or maybe there is something that's going on that causes some struggle between you and them. But how how you manifest has a lot to do with how you believe. And so if you feel that you're stuck in this energy of entrapment, and if you feel that life is so challenging and difficult to be living your life in some way with this person, you're going to manifest a lot of negative energy. It's going to show up in other ways in your life. You're not in a jail. You're in a home that you're sharing with another person. And I mean, you could be free, you could be on your own, but do you really want to be single? Because the grass always seems greener on the other side, until you all of a sudden realize 26 years of marriage and I feel empty. you know, Maybe at one point everything felt alive. And there's different reasons why that could be happening. And it could be about a misalignment in your own birth chart that could be going through a certain change. And it seems like it has something to do with money. So it may even be Jupiter going in retrograde, right? Like, that's going to be soon over with. It may be you've got Chiron, it's in retrograde, and that's about inner child healing. There is something that has taken place, and that's for you to look inside what would make you happy. And what would make you happy is not about somebody else, because nobody else will ever make you happy. It's never going to be about somebody else that makes you happy. You can be in a happy, healthy relationship when you are happy. But if you're in a relationship because somebody makes you happy, you're never going to stay happy. So anyway, it's important for everybody to it's always important for everybody to do what they feel is important. But, you're not saying that the marriage is breaking up. You're just saying that you're feeling unfulfilled in your marriage. So this is really about how can you focus on something to give you inspiration. And so there is something there about you can what is next in relationship that you've been together for that long is how can you create something, work for yourself, start a job for yourself, start something where you're investing in money. There is something that you need to be inspired and feel alive again. And when you feel alive, then you're going to notice a shift and a change that may happen there. Saran, are you still here? Yeah, I'm not I'm not saying anything about marriage breaking up or anything like that. I'm just saying you need to inspire yourself. And I'm seeing something to do with money, like start a new job and do some investments. Focus on something that's going to make you feel alive again. And I'm not sure, Lee, your comment was appropriate. Just because I have to say this, you're talking about marriage counseling. She wasn't talking about leaving her husband. She was saying 26 years of marriage, she feels empty. She just wants to know how to feel alive again. Not to worry, Christy. Lee is just a child. She's not our age. Saran, you still here? All right. So I'm getting here. Thank you, Christy. I'm getting here, Saran, that you are I don't even know how to word this. All right. I'm getting here that you got your guard down. You got your guard down and you're ready to see the truth. It's like, I don't know if I'm ready to hear it clear and loud, but I'm ready because in the past, I got so close to hearing all the truth, and I don't know if I was ready to hear it. And so, because of the fact, it just seemed like I couldn't process it all. It was just so much information, but I know that something is going wrong here. Even though I have this deep, profound relationship, I know I just want to have some validation here, and I don't think the laws of the universe is going against this. I don't know if it's karmic, but I'm hoping it's not karmic. I just wanna know that things will, um, feel great. I know sometimes that you wanna be excited about this, you wanna know that there is non-attachment in this, but at the same time, you wanna be open to find out what's going on in this relationship. And that's what it's saying. You're just curious to find out what's going on in this relationship. It's showing me what your energy is like, but you're like, it's a lot of mixed signals. I'm not sure if it's just there's a lot of mixed signals. And you're concerned that this is karmic. And so yeah. Yeah, you're concerned it's karmic. So let me see if I can go a little further. I told you, Abbas, it depends. I really don't have that answer. I will have to book you like I book everybody else. I work 55 hours. I have a YouTube channel. I have books and I have clients. And I really have to look to see what energy level I am after I do this live read. I told you I would message you when I'm done. Yeah. Well, this person, it seems like you've been working really, really, really hard towards this person. It seems like you've been uh, trying to be adventurous. He's the man of your dreams. And he's the man of your dreams, and you've been working really, really hard, but in the past, he kinda was pretty illogical and pretty stubborn, quite a bit, right? And so I see here that he still makes you really happy. There it seems to be a lot of, um, like, you like him. You really do like him, and, but there is some troubles here in paradise. I see that. And it's only because of the fact that there is energetically, you're both not giving to this equally, is what I'm seeing here. I feel that you're taking on a lot of the obligation and all of the responsibility, and it just seems like you're questioning if this is what you want. It just seems like you're the one that's doing all the work. And because you're doing all the work, it's really a one-sided relationship here, is what I'm seeing here. It's kind of like, yeah. Well, see, exactly. I'm just reading your message right now. You're saying it's been complicated by things kind of out of control and physically distance between us. I was really trying to keep it going until 2 months ago. So it's up to him to do all the work on his end. Correct. I was taking on more because I was trying to accommodate yeah, that's exactly what the cards are saying. Exactly what the cards are saying. I mean, you're close. You're close. You're really close. But you're close. But he's not ready. He's he's got a little bit more to learn. I'm seeing here that you're really close, but you're not quite going to get what you want here. He's got a little bit of growing up to do. And I know you've had some troubles in the past and you got through it, but you weren't ready to move on. You were ready to really stick your guns into it and make it work. And in fact, you know, he's he's not showing up being the prize here. In fact, you're blocking your ability to manifest happiness. And I'm seeing here that it's time for you to learn how to get in touch with your intuition a little bit more because things are slowing down even more. Now, I see your ability to manifest happiness is what you're going to receive once you are able to clear what is preventing you from being happy. Yeah, you need to focus more on your ability to manifest. Focusing on your ability to manifest has a lot to do with you having happiness, with you seeing how, start go and take a step back. And instead of investing in how to have the wonderful relationship, just start with small increments. Just like I had said to Christy, instead of focusing on where the problem is, direct your traffic to something that can inspire you, and that will flow into back into the other thing. So this is kind of the same thing for you. I'm seeing here that in order for you to focus on being happy again, it's time for you to take what are you manifesting and how are you happy? And the things that's not being happy, you just can't go and just like throw all your cards up in the air and see how they all fall down. Instead, how can you manifest those small things again? How can you start having those moments of happiness again? So, you're driving and you want a parking spot. Just kind of like play with manifesting. Try to get your power back because this is what's happening. You lost your power. Everything is about this person. Everything is about him being an entitled, spoiled person. And so he's kind of like, I don't know if I want this anymore because he's not working for it. And you're like, I don't know if I want to do the work anymore because you're getting tired. And so what has to shift is that he needs to start doing his work and you need to start realizing you're the magnet. And so what's happening is, you know, you're you're just yeah, yeah. So you need to go right back into, what feels good. You know what? If there's some nice looking men out there, look at them. Don't stay stuck in energy where you are always repeating old patterns of thinking he's the only one. Because you know what? Um, Maybe he might be handsome, but maybe looks is not everything. Or if he seems to be distracting you in some ways, look at other people who could be really attractive and see, like, you're not always needing to think he's the only one because he's not the only one for you. And it's not about you leaving him, it's about you separating that attachment that you need to do extra work. It's not your responsibility. In fact, nobody said this was your job. It's his job. And this is the problem. It's kind of like you went into his work and seen him at the desk, and you went over and said, "Step aside, hon. Let me do the work here." And you start typing and doing all his work. And now he's just going to sit there and watch you do the work. And now he's going to get bored and he's going to go off and he's going to check to see what everybody's doing in the tea room, in the coffee room, and the photocopying room because he's bored. He's he's not sure what's going on anymore because you're doing all his work. He doesn't know how to focus on what he needs to do. And it's not about realizing someone could be better. It's you stop needing to be people pleasing and fixing things. It's up to him to say, I want to fix this. Because if he does not want to fix it, then what is it that's so great about him again? Can you remind me what it is that's so great? Like, he seems a little, um, he likes you. I will say he likes you. I see that. He likes you. But he's not your dream man. You can do better. And so, unfortunately, I think you're creating a situation here where he feels that he's not sure what he feels because you're doing all the work for him. Like, we had plans to be together. He bought his plane ticket and we were going to start a new life. And a couple days before, and his dad falls and goes into a car, and everything turns out that. Oh, yeah. Well, life can happen. And some things are out of our control. And he may just need some space to be able to deal with some family obligations. It doesn't mean it's your family obligation. Yeah, of course. But that's the thing. You're saying what would make you happy right now. And maybe you just have to believe that you just have to feel, what is it that you want in your life right now? And don't do it to try to control or manipulate somebody else, because that is just going to make things not happen in the way you expect it to be. I mean, yeah, yeah. I feel, I'm going to tell you, I don't, I don't think you're ready to walk away. I'm sorry. I don't see you ready to walk away. I see that you're just done doing the work. And you kind of figure it out in the past, but you're not ready to let go. Not ready to let go. I see it twice. Not ready to let go, not ready to walk away. I want to take what I worked so hard with me. I worked so hard for this. I'm not ready to walk away. You're you're ready to keep on. Yeah. Yeah, you're not ready. It's been close, and it's been close enough that you're not ready to walk away. Unfortunately, you need to figure out why the desire, the inspiration in him changed. It's like, you know that if the desire was still there, he would still make you number one priority, and it's shifted in some way. And that has a lot to do with you staying in your feminine energy. And you know what? I'm just going to tell you, you, I don't know if I'm going to tell you and you're going to take this well, but when you start doing all the work for them, you turn into their mother. And you know what? They start taking you for granted. And it doesn't feel like desire. It feels like, mother, you know, you gotta get back to being the sexy babe. You gotta be the girl that he needs to work hard for to get his attention again. He feels too much that this is, yeah, yeah. You gotta stir the boy crazy trying to go after the girl. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, this whole time it is you. Izzy, I don't really have a list. I'm just going down. I just did all the signs and I said after the signs, I will do a few reads and I'm soon getting pretty depleted. So I'm soon going to stop. Um, I'll see if I can do you, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this whole time, Sarah, it's you. Sorry. So, so you know what I'm going to tell you all? Yeah, everybody is always about you in some way too. I have to get some light. It's getting dark in here. I appreciate the support and I appreciate you know why he's not ready? Because you turn him back into a man child. Like I said, it's this is a relationship about him and his mother. Of course he's not ready. He's not stepping into king energy. If he was stepping in king energy, he wouldn't be working out an energy of him being a kid with his mother. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You're actually putting him back into that energy. Get out of mom energy. Remind him what it's like to be a grown up boy. All right, Izzy. Sorry, I moved on. Izzy. Izzy, what's your question? You're welcome. So, when you say, how do I reverse this? Definitely pay it, process what I just told you and where it's happening and how you're doing it and why are you people pleasing. He's not your child, right? So there seems to be something here where you're overcompensating and you're falling right into this energy yourself. So get back into your feminine energy, let him get into his masculine energy. You're not his mom. Time to shake things up a bit. All right, Izzy. Okay, Izzy, I see a little trouble in paradise. I'm seeing here that you're questioning how you're manifesting imbalance in your relationship. It seems like one is given more to this than the other. Hopefully, it's not the same reason as what I just talked about. Hopefully, it's not the same thing as what Saren just realized. I'm seeing here that there is an imbalance happening. Parties is not, it's kind of one sided. And parties are like, oh, you know what? In the past, there was love here. Absolutely lots of love here for you. Izzy, are you here? There was lots of love here for you. But something about you doing everything to make sure this wasn't disconnected. You know, I don't know if it was unhealthy in some way, but it seems like you were a people pleaser, and, they never seem to, be ple uh, focusing on you. In fact, they were a little toxic, and, you know, basically, they liked they actually have a problem with commitment, and so I'm seeing here that it's a one-sided type of relationship. There's lots of love in the past, but you were doing everything so it wouldn't be disconnected. So there was some toxic energy here. I don't know if somebody was needing to pay for everything, or, something was going on where it's a little possessive, like ownership. It was like ownership. And so, unfortunately, there was, a lot of people pleasing, trying to make them feel, safe, and really what it was is that um, the person had certain values and certain ways that they like things to be done. And so you tried your best to give them what they wanted and to get along with them, but it's really hard for you. It seems like, it's breaking your heart in some way. It just seems like it's a arranged relationship, or it's kinda like it's not emotionally fulfilling anymore. It's kind of like you feel that, it's like an ownership happening here. Are you even here, Izzy? Did you leave me? I think you left me, Izzy. Yeah, you're on this long journey of trying to figure out why you can't seem to see the truth. It just seems like in the past, it feels like you couldn't really get a commitment. Everybody was, about how to you were always trying to get along with everybody, and you didn't ask anybody for anything that you wanted. You just gave everybody what they wanted. And, unfortunately, you know that you felt taken advantage of here, and that you've never really had that type of relationship, that connection that you're trying to have. And so you've been not getting the news or the messages that that you want. So stop messaging them, stop giving so much to them, because it's time for you to balance, um, what's been going on in both ways. Because it seems like, I'm not saying it's one-sided, but, when you're having a hard time, nobody's there for you, and it seems like you are always there for them, and it just seems like, um, there's something unhealthy here, that is coming through. Yeah. Um, you know, there is something here about, people pleasing, or maybe they're insulting you, or maybe they're always needing to micromanage you, but, they're hurting your feelings a lot. So maybe when you try to message them and you're looking for a positive response, maybe they are not saying things. And so maybe there's something here about, they say things just to get what they want. Oh, knocking my microphone. So let me see what else. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere. Yeah, get your understanding that you may not get the validation in how this is going to go, because in the past you have had it all. Everything that was supposed to happen with this already did. And just because you didn't want it to end doesn't mean it was going to grow. I see here that this person is actually a kind of narcissistic. And so your friends have told you, people have told you, and you keep on thinking, maybe the possibility is there that, if you just do more better, if you just work harder at it, you can save this. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing this as worth saving. I'm just seeing that this is kind of like it's gone its own course. And you're facing a huge positive shift on the other side of this. Like your purpose, your dreams is on the other side of this. You're on the path of your true purpose, and you have some natural talents that you can share with the world, and you will make money from it while you are being yourself. But don't let this person demise you. Like, don't let this person take you down, because you have no idea. This person is not as great as you were. I will tell you, you're better than this person is, to be honest. All right. I don't see anybody else asking for readings. I need to go eat. I'm starving. And so I've been on here for over 2 hours. Yeah, showing over 2 hours here. All right. So let's shut this down. And I want you to remember that there's a book on how to get out of factuation and get back into your sovereign self. And it's not just really talking about trauma and limerence. It's actually going to help you clue into what is real twin flame, and what is limerence, because there is a difference between the two. And then we have unity consciousness meditation. Listen to it for 21 days. Anchor yourself. Get yourself in that high vibration. It's an amazing video. I really love it myself. And I really worked hard on creating it, and I really like it. Now, what else is going on? Oh, I'm giving away a free book a day. And all you have to do is go on my website. And when you go on my website, there is a contact form. And when you go in the contact form and you submit your name, and you can say, hey, I'm entering for the free book a day, or whatever it is. And I'm giving away a free book every single day, right up until the until January the 1st. And so all you have to do is submit your email, because that's the only way I can give you the coupon for you to get the free book. All right. Other than that, I want you to take the time to click on the link below and listen to one of my videos, and I really appreciate it if you turn on the 9-hour Manifest Your Soulmate and listen to it as background while you sleep, and because it helps me to, be recognized by YouTube as someone who is got content that would be really good, and it would be good for me, and it would be a nice sharing of energy. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. God bless. Love you all. And I'm going to be here for New Year's Day, if not New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And we're going to do New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions reads. All right.